and
Right.
and spell cards and everything else. So
Right.
It's really hard to keep data like not free anymore. You know?
yeah, it's very hard. Whether it's music or written or video, or it's pretty easy to find anything now.
It's interesting though. Like I've read some articles where like I think it was Neil Gaiman, the author.
The author,
They did an experiment where they made like one of his books a free download available to anybody, and the book sales for that book actually went up.
Huh.
And they're trying to extrapolate why that is, how that could work.
Yeah.
Basically, their theory ended up being that like because it was available free, but it was still a download. You had to read it on a device of some kind, and people still like reading books. So a lot of people know about it.
Maybe publicity too. Just do people like hear about it maybe? And,
Possibly.
yeah.
I don't read books anymore. People give me books. People will give me an actual book, and then I'll just go download it and put it on my Kindle.
You like reading on the screen better?
I don't like necessarily prefer the screen, but it's just so much more convenient. My Kindle is like, it's about the size of
American Idol changed my entire life.
Take it wherever I go. It's got 6 books on it, at a time or whatever. Or I could put 1,000 books on it and have books on the web that I can just download to it immediately. And
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty interesting learning how the Kindle works.
with the e-ink,
Yeah, because I always thought it was just like a regular screen,
now it's
but it's millions of these little balls that are like white on one side, black on the other, and it does rotate.
Huh.
it's basically
It's
magnets.
just more pleasant on your eye. Is that the reason?
Yeah, it makes it so it's easier to read.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of people, it hurts their eyes to read a lit screen.
Yeah, I was reading on the iPad, because I read a lot at night, like when I'm in bed and stuff, and I don't want to have a light next, because it keeps my wife awake or whatever. And now we got the kid sleeping in the room with us, so it's it's too much light. So I was reading on the iPad for a while, and even with the white on black, writing on a black background, my eyes and head were just killing me by the time I would finish reading like a couple chapters.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I got the Kindle, and I could read all night.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to read, at least for me, to read white text on black background.
Yeah.
That really hurts my eyes.
So I just started reading a book on on the Kindle app on my iPad. Is that different? Is that the same
It's the same.
technology?
No, it can't change the technology of your iPad.
So it's still, but it's like regular writing, like you're reading a computer screen
Yes.
rather than
It's exactly like reading
Okay.
a computer screen. And that's what I have, the Kindle app. In fact, I have I have all of the Dungeons and Dragons book in the Kindle app.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's just the easiest way. That it works better than iBooks for me. See, it's the little player's handbook.
Oh wow. That's awesome. So how did you download this?
Just found a PDF online.
So you just search Player Handbook PDF and then
There's a torrenting site that I use to find stuff.
yeah.
Alright, I don't know what I did, but for some reason I've been getting, because you know how so I think the worst thing in the world right now that's going on, there's a couple things, but one of the worst things in the world is automatic advertising placement algorithms, primarily because 3 years ago, for some reason, it got stuck on animal husbandry for me, and I don't know why. So I was getting there was this thing called it was sperm banks or something, sperm tubes or something like that. And I was and it was coming up hella big and bold on everything, and it was sperm holders or I'm just dude. So that was like coming out
No
everywhere.
idea how I got on that
Yeah,
list.
like guys, I really. And that's the thing is like, and it was showing up on YouTube, like the YouTube pop-ups were all coming up like that, and like I am in online video, so I'd be like at a client side showing them something, and if I forgot to log myself out of my Google account, it would throw, and I'm like, I don't, and, you know.
And they're all like,
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're into bestiality
You're
porn.
into, dude.
You know, like, and I'm like, dude. So then now I'm getting like colostomy bag ads.
What?
And I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude.
That's crazy.
Maybe you should change your colostomy bag.
You should change your search term.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's messed up.
You gotta delete your entire history now.
But you can't, right? Like they if you create an account on Google, that's it. Like you're tagged and bagged forever. You will always, you know, get whatever input.
Really send like a message to the moderator or something, whatever.
I don't know where Ben is because I tried to invite him to the Google Hangout.
He was on.
He said AFK be back in a minute. I don't know if he's back.
He was on. He is on. Ben H. He's in. Send him a message.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, but we should be hearing him by now, right? Should we?
If
Yeah,
he's,
we can't.
If he's saying something. Hey, Eric, how much experience does your guy have?
78.97.
Okay, perfect.
You know what the next level to go up to level 6 is?
It's like 9.
Someone said 9 something.
Oh, well, we're not that far away then. I mean, 1,000 something still. I thought it was way more than that.
Try to get him on here. I don't know. Yeah, and I kind of messed up because I didn't broadcast the right name for the stream. It was under Destiny still, so my apologies on that.
Ben H has a chat window open. He is typing.
Oh, it's
Open your-
14,000 actually.
Open your Hangouts.
Level 6 is
Yeah.
14,000?
Yeah.
Is it? I think it was. Oh, yeah, it isn't 9, is it? So I'm at 8,000.
Okay, so I've got Hangouts open. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
How'd you do it with Dave last time? Let it all hang out, bro.
I don't know. Chat.
14,000 is a lot.
I don't know.
I think he's going to allow Hangouts access to his microphone.
So I'm on Hangouts. Open a chat window. Top right of the frame, but there's nothing top right. I don't know what he's trying to tell me.
Rock looks pissed. I imagined your axe bigger, though.
Actually, I don't even use an axe anymore.
Oh, what do you have? Oh, yeah, the bastard sword thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking bastard.
Yeah. Which I'm totally stoked about.
I know, technically I have a Warhammer.
And you're like responsible for that. You
Yeah.
traded in
I
Lightbringer for it.
traded in my fancy undead killing thing so that we could all get some loot.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
I love you, man.
Well, that's actually part of his thing, though. He's all about his peeps.
You're like responsible for that.
Whoa.
Oh,
Traded in
sorry.
Lightbringer for it.
Traded in my fancy.
No, that's
Now they're all gonna hear it again. What? What's happening?
What?
I can almost name that movie.
Road to Perdition.
I can't name it. I've heard that song before.
That one's Road to Perdition. The other one that you usually hear is well, I mean, there's a name for it. It's like American something. It's like a really famous song.
American Ninja Warrior.
No.
The movie. The soundtrack. Finally available from Sony Records. Sold in a North Korean warehouse near you.
Yes.
For some reason, I decided I needed a fuck ton of 8-sided dice, so I bought a whole shitload. Now it makes it easier to kill people with massive amounts of 8-sided. I think you need a massive amount of 8-sided, so
When I cast sleep, I need a bunch.
now I have 7 of them.
I'm gonna need 7 when
What's that?
I go. I think I need 7 dice. When I
Oh, I have exactly 7.
There you are. Sound better?
There we go. There we go.
There it is.
Hi, Ben.
Hey!
Hey, so
Bjorn!
Alright, so what we gotta do here is
I'm
we
not
got
recording my secret audio.
Alright. I think
You sound like you're at the beach.
are you at the beach, Ben?
Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my laptop fan. I'll get that fixed in a second. I'll switch. Hold on a second.
Yeah, because it sounds like you're talking
ones
through a
I got?
snare drum, actually.
How about now? Is that better?
Oh, that's better.
I think you and I both have this one.
The green one.
Oh, this one.
So I gotta figure out, I brought these tokens in, but I gotta figure out how to replace them
Did you get
for
her online?
people's
She might have made
actuals
Yeah,
right
sure.
now. Because, like,
And this one.
so I'm gonna try with card reader now. Because the problem is there's all those stats that we had changed. Right?
Say again?
Like, is there a way to change the token for a player without removing all the stats that have been added to a token?
No, the token stats are separate, but you can associate a token with a character journal entry. Essentially you can save a token by saving it in the journal. That's what you figured out that day, right?
Wait delivery.
Yeah, you save the stats on the token as a journal entry. Sure, but
Well, not necessarily. It depends on how the stats are set up on the token. Like, if you're talking about the blue, red, and white fields, is that what you're talking about?
we're talking about the player tokens. So, because right now
Right.
you have a default token, right? And that default token has a bunch of stats associated with it because
Okay.
that's how you're.
Yeah.
Because we linked it to your character sheets and shit. Is
Yeah,
there a
no,
way-
you gotta do it all over again.
Fuck!
It's not that big a deal. I mean, it's easy to do.
All right. Well, if you guys can all do that, I'm gonna assign you your token.
No, you're the only one who can do that.
I am.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you're the only one who can hook up attributes and character sheet entries into the token. You're the only one who has access to that drop down where you can select. Like if you want to rig up a red, button to actually correspond to our hit points on our character sheet. You need to do that yourself. We can't do that.
All right. Oh, I know what these are now. Black Magic Design.
I can actually hear it.
All their equipment has these little adapters that you lose.
Yeah, I can hear you guys just
Oh, right. And they like they have
We
like
sound
little
good in
sliding
my
lock
That
ears.
little package
too,
too.
stream.
Yeah.
So
So they just so like I complained that I didn't know where to buy it. I wanted to buy some more, and they said
it's the
like
magical roll 20. Yeah, now that I'm done.
all right, so I'm gonna do that.
I wish I had my character sheets, but
Do you want us to take pictures and send them?
How do I?
no, that's okay. What was the experience that we gained on that?
Let's go at Pegasus. Right?
800 was the first dump,
I attack the Pegasus.
It's the Pegasus AC.
and then 1117 was the second dump.
It's a magical
800 and
creature,
1117.
fancy
Yeah.
pants.
You sure you don't want me to just send you a photo of this?
Okay. Alright.
No, it's okay. I think I
throw my
basically
hand
have
out.
everything I need. I just
That's a hit.
I'm getting a few
True
here.
two-handed.
Probably my top right.
Maybe it's Twitch.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
switch them. Oh, well, I get to see Tracy if I do that and then.
10
Well,
points
just turn off the audio from Twitch.
Yeah, it's always good.
Hey.
So, Pegasus comes down,
What's going on?
2 hooves and a bite.
We're in the middle of the chat and you're on top of some building. We have 20 seconds.
He attacks Carhoot. Oh, hits it once with the bite.
Oh, there's some people waiting for us.
Oh.
Emo Kitten Ninja, what's that?
Emo kids.
That's correct.
Ooh, 13 points. He's in the leads.
Yeah, we generally start
13.
around 8.
I
It's
have
good to
77
see you guys
right
hang
now.
out.
62.
We will be starting kind of the game shortly. Kind of fixing a couple things. I'm trying to get.
34. I
You'll
have
see in the center.
32, so
You'll see in the center of the
Close
screen
enough.
that there is a like rolling box
Points.
and an initiative counter. I'm just trying to get that sorted out.
oh, that was a 6.
We're gonna get rocking.
Okay, so I was right.
6, 4,
77, 32.
9 points of
Very clearly added 7 plus 5.
swoops in for another attack. Oh, sorry.
Eldritch Blast him with
I got
double.
I showed him.
He's gonna get a
Hey,
critical
shit, it
failure.
worked. And my work was wrong.
What happens when you
Hey,
drink
real
a
quick,
bell from your Eldritch
I had
Blast?
the
Oh,
last
you have to tell us.
Shoots himself in the foot.
Roll
Just
damage.
one. Yeah, you
That
only
one
got one of
missed,
those. The rest of us
so
got
it
5 dumps of 800.
Oh, dang, dude.
Yeah. Yes.
That's rough,
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
That's just
and
like-
we found that dark elf that you've been looking for.
Once again.
Again.
Right. So, is he flying right now, or is he standing in
Yeah,
front
so
of me?
he's flying.
it's just
Thought
there were
moving
only 2
thought,
dumps the whole
recklessly
day
attack.
today, and it was 800 and
Throws
1117.
his sword, and since he gets 2 attacks, and he throws his reaction.
Oh, and your guy changed his name to Mordecai
Yeah.
Barrister
One hit.
instead of Besseman.
Oh,
Critical hit.
yeah,
So we got right after Bjorn sodomized
There's no
him,
way
changed his
around
name.
the 2-step process. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong if you realize you have to go into the
Oh, we
journal and
ran
save
them
the
already.
token twice.
We ran him
Because you
high.
did.
15 or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to associate it and then back out of the journal and go set the token up and then go back in the journal and associate it with
You actually don't have to.
Hi, everyone watching.
You can associate it directly from the
I'm trying to
token,
roll my dice.
and then go and then
You can roll it on the
save it.
thing.
Oh, sure. You can stay in the window and just press the button.
Oh,
He's hurting.
don't have many
Yeah.
weapons.
You
so
can
that's
roll
what I'm
40.
doing.
But the thing is, you're gonna have to go into the
Roll
token and set up
roll
your
20
properties
sided
and
and
come back to the
on
journal.
17 or higher. Your roll 2 20 sided on
Alright,
17 or
fine.
higher. One of them falls close to
What we
you.
will do
Hey,
real quickly
Tracy?
is catch.
You have some
Close
kind
enough.
of
So you have to spend a round to retrieving a weapon.
History? What do you mean?
I gotta do the same
basically
thing.
that last
You should
sentence
enable
or
the,
paragraph,
nope.
you just
Face
say,
the
I
dice
could do
that I
all
missed
of
this
it.
round
You're
of
all
thing,
in
and,
on the
This
camera.
camera.
He's
And all
mad
I
at
could
you
do
for
is
this.
there
Yeah,
on
it's under that
so
little,
your ducking is
you
like,
know, little wheel.
I don't have my
like-
mic on right now.
Yeah, enable that.
oh, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. All I could do is
Just
now I
say
couldn't
it.
hear anything.
Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah, that's a hit. He's
Loud
probably got
boneheads
some kind of
over
bonus.
There'll be a delay
I
for
think
Twitch
that's our signal.
so.
Can't take that one.
He does.
It does.
Actually, the delay is like,
7
negligible,
It does
but
8
I'm
points of
not,
damage to you.
I'm not listening to the Twitch audio. I'm just listening
So
to
we
the audio
both
coming
mess
through.
around. So you
There comes the
Oh,
die.
Hangouts, Tracy. So maybe that's good.
Down, Pegasus.
I don't know. I like that better.
Later on game. Tug of War.
I just brought you down to the room. Yeah, let's see if I can, open D20s and rolling across.
Should
the
be able
screen.
to
I,
hear
I,
me
I'm
really well.
claiming that he has 100 hit points. So he's already
I'm
taken
bringing them down.
So I want to
roll my critical damage.
go through the
What's
kind
that,
of
Ben?
ritual of getting context for the
Yeah.
25. He's only got
um,
25
okay.
left.
So,
Well, he
my name is
switched
Tracy.
out the
Because I lowered the volume
on your going around the
Because
room.
you're the one who's just shot.
Your output, but these guys are banging loud, so it's hard to get away. It's like being on a conference call with a bunch of people yelling at the same screen.
When you hear this,
In order again, Eric plays Sock, Ben in the middle plays Haru, Ben.
So that, yeah, I
on the
heard you
left,
just fine.
So
So my voice should be much clearer on the Twitch feed now too.
One weapon back.
the Google Hangouts we
as soon as
have
you hear me,
Card is gonna throw his
Dave,
hammer.
who's playing Mordecai, the sorcerer. He's a little sick, so he's not
Warlock.
with us. Or excuse me, Warlock. I
Okay,
keep
so it's like
changing
10
the
seconds.
class Warlock
So
to
you have
turn my head, I
18.
think.
Yeah, it's between 10 and 30 seconds.
But he's at home
Should
sick,
be.
but he's joining us on a so
Yeah, so it's easier if you follow the Google.
yes, our rogue is still away.
Right. So
Adrian
you
is our rogue. She will
basically,
be
I would stick to the Google
watching
Hangout
but
version.
she's away on travel until the holidays are over. So
Oh, you don't? Hold on a
I'm gonna
second.
excuse her from the
Should be video.
adventure for a little while, and then bring her back.
Should be video.
but I didn't want to make it more complicated.
I know.
There you go.
Well, we talked about doing
Ben's
that.
in front of the camera right now, though.
She's doing it.
There he is.
But now we've tried those things, so we can get her back into.
So if you want to look at me, you can, but that's the room.
I can look at that on there if I want.
Yeah. So you get some of the hairy.
So you roll my hit dice.
Yeah, 15.
It's like that on
There's
pit.
D20.
Here we go.
Tease nuts.
You watch the board one time.
All right. So
I get 5.
Ah,
these guys. So Bjorn Oakenroot.
nice. Tell me I can speed read this.
And
I'll roll for
so
it.
can confirm, I think I had 27 hit points.
We each get 3.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the 3. Yeah, 1 each.
So I kicked
All right, let's attack this ogre.
33.
Ethel. All right.
Ethel. Wow, you're so stealthy.
Oh, hold on a second.
Right in.
Missed us killing a Pegasus.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, it was awesome.
Because it was flying in our faces.
Yeah, being an asshole.
Batting its wings at us.
Yeah, trying to look cute. Yeah, we do.
It would only been better if it was unicorn.
Can you
Yeah.
guys give me kind of a
Mount is
rundown
10
of what happened
Yep.
last?
I needed his hoof to make a new mug.
We're gonna do that right now.
So,
Take the wings and strap him in.
in order to go,
Pegasus,
so
Meanwhile,
starting from the beginning of
Fox
last
got,
adventure was
Fox is sitting in the
you
corner
guys
with
were
Pegasus
back
like,
in time waiting for Leos to recover. He did,
Rushing on it.
and when he awoke, he told the party that
And
a
Carter's
little
busy
bit
cutting
more
off its
information.
hooves.
He had been
Yeah,
investigating
Harlow got a
the
hoof to
cult
make a
as
mug.
well as the party had, and had a little bit of information, but not a whole lot. But what he really needed was somebody to help by going down to the Raiders' camp once more and finding out what was going on in the cave in the back of the camp, because that cave had potentially. That's a follower. Thank you. And so they went. So you went down and
Sorry to our younger
explored
viewers.
the cave once more and found the higher
Do we even have a viewer yet? Probably not.
kind of executive branch of the Raiders hanging out inside and made a little fortress for the meantime.
Yeah, we're
While they
live.
were trying to
We are
incubate
live?
some dragon eggs.
Do we have a viewer?
So those dragon eggs couldn't be moved, so they were in that location. And,
Hopefully,
the party
Algar is bored.
basically ransacked the joint
Yeah,
of the remaining individuals.
Yeah, I guess it's a
The wearer
challenge.
of purple, who was on site,
You can see the chat.
attempted to make a last stand
Yes, yeah,
to kill the party, but unfortunately was killed herself in an attempt to flee that poorly thought out battle.
Yeah, we got.
Party discovered all manner of things down there, troglodyte messes.
Well, if you want to join us a little later, we're
Lots of kobold
we've got
warrens, and
some distance that we
of
got to
course
travel yet.
they encountered once more
Like the logical
Langdid
place
Rosa
for you to return the
Cyanrath.
party would be.
Who? along with two berserkers.
To get combined.
I just said who, you know, is a bridge.
Oh, I thought he meant who?
Was the question who? Yes, that's right. Who? Langdedrosa Cyanra. That's who. The one, the only.
I tried to level you up.
Langdedrosa.
You know what happened last time I tried to help you, so.
Yeah.
Cheated again, because you always cheat.
Yeah, he became roper food, and they met a roper who was guarding
Yeah, I can't.
a bunch of
The
dragons.
roper ate him.
And instead of fighting the roper,
in
they
this
very
episode.
quickly
No worries.
intelligently
Like
spoke to
retired.
it. And
Got the breeds of Elvenkind now, so I can sneak around.
after a quick parley with the roper,
So I'm not even
what's
needed.
going on with my
No, you're
Do
needed.
you have those?
Yeah.
Where did you get those?
just cutting out because it's
Do we get them from that guy in
the
the magic shop?
because of the roper
I think so.
kind of cleaned up
So
the,
I'm just about to
the
finish.
dungeon,
I like your shirt, man.
and
Thank you.
they got a new buddy because he found a new source of food because these guys
Makerfair used to be fun to go to.
and then they returned to Greenest. Now Greenest, they
Not
are
fun anymore.
now.
The one
They
in
spoke to
San Jose
Leosin just a little
had,
bit
like,
and gave him the
A
update.
venue that's like as
But they
big
have
as
not
this
yet
room,
received
and then it
their
had, like,
marching
400,000
orders.
people in it.
Oh,
Okay, now the venue wasn't that.
And
What,
that
it's
is where
just
we're
that's
at.
how it felt.
Right, no,
It
but it
so
was.
fucking
So
packed.
you can't see anything.
So
You're
It's
just,
really hard to see stuff because you literally are like weaseling your way in between people and like. What's
Yeah, I don't
behind
know
us?
why.
A lot of people are looking that
Did you
direction.
try
I have no
that?
idea what
I
they're
did.
doing.
yeah, oh, that would be the worst for me because I'm
Only
in
have
like
3.
elbows and armpits anyway.
Yeah.
So,
It would have super sucked up. I was driving my
so
kids.
we have to build a giant robot that we can ride on top of
There we go.
to go to the maker.
We're gonna
I'm down with
To
that.
go to the Maker Fair.
It is weird. I would.
Did you go this year?
No, it was a couple of years
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, because 2 years ago it was you couldn't get through the hall. Like the hall, like that had the R2D2s in it and stuff.
The line going into it
Those are our
Like,
party members.
came out of the
You wanna do
venue,
that real quick?
wrapped the complete way
Under
all
chat.
around the entire parking lot.
Mhm.
So and it took forever to get
The
in.
kitchen is so clean. Are you cheating on me?
No,
Real
I just
control
wanted you
talk
to
there.
feel
She
like
was,
she
but,
works for Molly, mate.
I'm in a
Very
different
different.
place than you guys. I
You'd
just
like
like
her.
my characters.
I just wanted you to feel like you didn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, there might be like just doubled up.
Well, I'm really
Go,
like it.
just
Everybody
move your
can
map
say
to
you
something.
do.
That was so
Well, then
sweet.
clearly one thing.
He could see the
that
guys.
clearly backfired on me, and I'll never do it again. And I'll never do it
Hey,
again.
hey, hey.
Hey, live and learn, my friend. Live and learn.
Here's things.
She's beautiful.
All right, everybody, tell everybody that we are gonna play
Oh, we're gonna play now.
and where to watch.
So I should
Okay,
go
you
back
need to.
in later.
All right, last 5-minute warning.
No, it's fine. Let's go. I'm
Let
ready.
me know when pizza gets ordered.
I don't think we're ordering pizza tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so
God damn it. You distracted me from all the clothes on the bed.
yep. Don't worry about that. And we're streaming, so please.
Sorry.
Don't tell the stream about your clothing. About
Yeah, they don't need to know about the laundry issues.
Hey, are you sure you got those tokens all set up right? I want to see 2 different bars.
Yeah. All right. So essentially,
Like
Yeah, you're-
Mordecai, for some
you,
reason, doesn't have his
the
character
next
sheet
part of the
online
mission
set
is
up.
to continue to finish the mission of
I know I do.
chasing
I
down
have a bar.
the caravan and finding out where all the loot is being taken.
Yeah. So I think that the more important
Well, I
thing.
don't have control over that token tree, so actually it's my own bar, but I can't see it.
I ended up in unmarked.
Oh,
freight
you don't have a
wagons
bar?
that are just
You have a
piled
bar,
over
Ben. I
merchant
see
cars.
yours.
Yeah, I don't have control of that token tree, so
I
that's
do.
why I get to see it.
So from the abandoned cult camp, you're going to Greenest.
I have control of your guy.
I should be on as a player on this screen, right? Yeah, I am.
Because we're both named Ben and that's
Yeah, we're gonna go back to Greenest, check in with Leosin.
You don't have control
Recover
of the player.
rest,
Recover,
I do.
rest,
No,
purchase.
I do not Tracy.
purchase.
I have
if needed,
control of him and me.
And
Oh.
then
I don't have control of anybody.
Back the fuck up here. Hold on a second.
Tracy,
Can you
you got
find any good
What, 27
that
green
last
dots?
half of that place?
Circle.
a little bit.
Huh?
What was it? You got it.
It's
why
in,
not?
I
it's
didn't write
in your
anything
journal. It can be edited and controlled by.
Did I?
Let me go in my journal, and that's my journal entry for sure I have.
14?
But
All right. Well, I'm deleting these.
token probably isn't associated with my.
Yeah, let's chill out a second.
I didn't,
Nope,
I
still
didn't write any
just
leak down. Did you write
sending
leak down,
it.
Ben?
Really?
I don't think we found any leak, Ben.
Just make sure that it's such a meaning on the other
Did
end.
girlfriend?
Ah.
I'm Benjamin.
There we go.
Xhoras, they're like bears.
So we found
I had it,
16
for some reason I
GP.
had it set to.
60 GB.
I missed the drop down, and it was set to Karu, which is the first on the list for some reason.
16
Yeah, 4 of those are mine.
All right, everybody have control of their tokens.
You sound awesome, dude.
Because this is like where we can actually begin our game.
That's great role playing.
So everybody good? Good. I would encourage all players, you know who I'm talking to finish their sheets online.
I just entered my hit points.
All right.
It's Christmas, everybody. All player. Oh, you have 0 hit points.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Hold on, I need myself current hit points.
I just attached it to your. So you need
Do it on your
to
token.
you need to fill out your current hit points on your character sheet.
All right.
Yeah.
So we head back to Greenest.
I pretty much put it all in there, so I think I'm good. But you do have
Yep.
my
And
character
so
sheet.
what we're looking at here on this map
yours is good.
is
Okay.
Green is down lower right. So and
The
that
only
is
thing I don't
where
have
our
in mind is
national
the background knowledge.
It's going to take you on your way to.
Why are you
Have
following
your
me?
man party over there.
Trying to cover you up.
Okay, well, now you're outside of the view of the player view. So there,
Which is the place where you
I was
guys
going
Um,
swimming.
I didn't know anything about.
all right.
Still don't.
I'm kicking it on the coast.
And now that we did that, we'll fix Mordecai later.
Which is where.
And
And this is all,
all
the
you
way
do
to
is-
Navatar or
or
Narratar.
off the screen.
Is that the city that
You know what, man?
we had seen the
Do
note
that,
about, I
man.
think?
You disappeared.
I don't
No,
know.
was it Barrelslam or something?
This I haven't drawn penis on my
Was it?
Yeah.
There's a city a little bit.
I will ban you guys from certain features. If you guys want the freedom that adults get,
Sorry with the D.
then you're gonna have to continue behaving
I will
like
pull
adults.
this car over.
Veritar?
So that's the way that
Yeah,
works.
so we're trying to get to
dot by accident.
our ultimate destination is.
So you guys came over to play some
Narratar.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, Burdusk.
Burdusk.
is
Thoughts of Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, you're gonna go through Dusk.
Yeah, the ultimate destination that was Narratar.
Yeah,
That's where the
Tracy
trading
had like
And-
mentioned that they kind of went that west.
Alright.
You can see the little flag posted there by Daggerford. Daggerford is,
Detroit of Farron.
So
it is. It's kind of like it was probably pretty cool at one point. What
So
with
basically,
its,
when you
whatever
arrive,
wanna
in
call
this,
it, yeah.
getting ready to go through.
Dude, that happens all the time. I don't know. There's like these boneheads that think that they're in.
Leosin,
In chopper
Leosin's
heaven.
friend, Mr. Nighthill, greets the
You just close it.
characters with delight and respect.
So just
Very
to
happy
recap,
to see you again.
we had just
He'll do that.
killed
Leosin left
the
town.
hotties
You've got
on
horses
the
ready here
on the road, right?
Yes.
for you
Okay,
to help
then
you
we
get
cruised
to
into Daggerford. Is that
Elturel.
kind of like where we left off?
And
Yeah,
the horses
so,
are being kept at
um,
dealer stables.
So the story so far
everything
is
is
that
paid
essentially the
And that he
party
wants to go to Elturel.
left
Next time,
Baldur's
Carter wants
Gate
to swing by the
on the road
tavern that he
to,
helped prepare the
seek out the location,
brewing,
the endpoint that all of the goods that were
patch
stolen
and
from the
just check
towns
in to see how they're
and where they
doing
were
and
going
stuff.
to. So the
See if
the
they're
mission
back up
was to
business
discover
yet.
where they were headed.
Well,
and,
you know, they
and
started
why.
the innkeeper greets you,
again,
and
you know, the
he's excited to see
motivations
you,
and
he says that he's starting to
and
get
kind of the what is the
wheat in
end
from the
game
fields
for the cultists and why they were collecting all
um,
this stuff. And he had some
bundles
hints
of
and some
books that
clues,
look
but
like they might
the only way to really
really
find
soon.
out was to follow it
So
to
we're
its
looking forward
destination.
to trying the
So,
techniques that you showed us.
leaving
With the new,
Baldur's Gate, having hired on with a
boiling,
miserly
double
dwarf
boilers and all the other things that you helped us
merchant
I
who's
will
taking you
brave
on
the
as,
rain on the road.
his
Hopefully the
personal
wheat harvest
guards.
will be good.
So the only
Cheap,
information we have
the
for
skin flint.
going to Elturel is just
and he,
is that the only
no, I went to look it up, but he's
that's also
he's a
where
goober.
it's the
He's probably not going to be
direction that all
anyone's
of the
friend
goods are
at
headed.
the end of this.
okay. They were
But,
through Baragos to Elturel. to
You've
this-
encountered a number of
That's
things
from the
from
notes that you were
assassins who were on their
when
way
you
to a
went into the
to find a assassin
there were
target,
those two
assassination
rooms,
target,
one after the other. There was
to
the guards barracks, and then there was the
various people needing
wearer of
needing
purples
aid and
that
so
were-
on. So
there were notes all around.
what you've encountered
covered that portion of it.
finally at the
basically
end of the
said,
day
we're all
on the
going
last
here.
journey
This is where
was
we're
And Leos has already taken
two
off.
shapeshifters
and he already
masquerading as
he's already
beautiful women
tracked the
who
road. So he's
tricked
has
for
that
your
track.
tricked you for their attention, and you found them out as they were trying to murder a couple members of the party. So you can
and
easily
slew them.
travel.
Yeah, so we get the
Now
horses.
you have
So
arrived
these horses
at the
are
town
very
of
fast.
Daggerford.
You can easily travel about 200
And
miles. a day. I'm trying to
Daggerford
figure out how
is
much that is on this.
town in the kind of the middle of nowhere. Like Ben described, it's kind of the Detroit of Faerun.
Bottom right.
Cargo, you might want to ask for a pony.
Back.
And
Carhoos.
what's going to happen here is that
prefer chariot. But
you've pulled
I don't
into
know if
town,
they have
you've
that
camped
available.
on the border of
It's more
town.
of a
You're basically going to
wagon
take the road
slash chariot.
around the small town and the walls. Daggerford is not your location to stop, but it is a place where they get
Cargo
pick up
actually
more
does have
water and
the
more
vehicle
supplies and
skills
stuff.
because he was
But like
a
most
caravan.
towns, you're not bringing the caravan into the town. So,
some booty.
and the
Anybody wants some
and
booty?
your boss doesn't leave the caravan for any reason. So, the other guys who are loading
in the chat
supplies and
for
so
some
on,
reason
generally
without
come
talking
out to the
about it
caravan
together,
and
all of
sell
them shows bears as their
water and
symbols or
food and
totems.
stuff to the
Except for
drivers.
one.
So you're there
Except
for a brief
one,
time,
and he just doesn't care.
He doesn't like
and
bears.
while you're there,
It doesn't like
you
He said he didn't like
So you
bears.
say specifically didn't like bears?
Dave, didn't you say you don't like bears?
there's a couple different things happen.
Oh, he's dead.
And I'm going to retcon a little bit because it shouldn't cause any issues. But basically, I'm going to go back in time and you change the past to adapt the future. Yes.
Retroactive what? Finally gonna settle down with that treatment. Ah, come to manacles.
Change
Go out and
it.
find somebody.
Spice up the bedroom.
That's
Exactly. So,
Those are recorded.
Interrogating people.
so
No, it's a good idea.
basically, if I got to find the point
with
where
the horse's assistance, you travel to the north.
Saying we humped him before we killed him.
Through Britain's. From Storm
Tried to anyway, but it didn't
then
work
to
out.
El Terrell.
Yeah,
The
or
road,
Dave
you're
had to-
moving very quickly, and you're on the main well-traveled trade route.
No banditos.
I got all angry when I came over.
Yeah, they see you coming, and they're like,
Badasses.
fucking
The
badasses.
necrophilia.
So unless like
so a couple
you know,
things happen when
ogres
you're
or
getting ready to leave
some large
Daggerford.
monsters, felt like being at the
One,
it'd be
a
waste of your
man
precious time, my friend.
that wears a wool cap with
But
ear
no,
and
I
neck
mean,
flaps,
specifically it's
neck
good
flaps
health,
covering
or it's good weather.
his head.
You've got really strong horses. You go
And-
through, I mean, the roads have been heavily traveled of late. They're pretty,
Red robes.
pretty safe. No bandits. No monsters to speak of. So when you arrive, you find El Terrell
He
is a
actually,
large,
there's one gentleman wearing red robes. He kind of shows up and he hires
You're
a
right there,
seat
Dave?
on
Yeah, I'm here.
one of
Sorry
the
about that.
cult
A
wagons.
large, orderly city
And which is-
overlooking the river.
Made more strange by the fact that the cultists that you're following haven't been too
It's filled with
forthcoming with any
merchants, river traders,
help
and
for
farmers
anybody.
That's a, we saw that,
Its
right?
most distinguishing features of
This is when it
brilliant
happens,
magical
though.
light happens to hover
Okay, when
above
it happened.
illuminating
Okay,
it day and
Happens
night.
got it.
So,
As
So,
you see it from a distance.
this dude shows up and he buys space on the cult wagons. It's kind of, it's very notable that he's able to get a passage with them, whereas nobody else has ever been allowed to join them or even hang out with them too much. Like they're very cagey about, you know, what kind of
All right, we head
who
into
they're
town.
allowing
They
around
also
them.
Give us the name of an inn or something to meet him at.
And they're, and by this point in the travels, like you know, they're really starting to get on everybody's
there weren't
nerve.
really
Like, they're
any
not
further
really
instructions other than
because they're not
you'll be
participating in
in,
any of like campfire
El Terrell.
conversations. They're not
How large
not
is it?
mingling
Is it
with
like
the other
a
caravanners.
one
It's
in town,
they're
or
kind of
is it
sticking
like
to
a
their
city?
own dudes and
It's a
not
big
telling
town.
anybody anything.
It's-
They're not really being a part of the community.
You
What's
go
that?
to like maybe like a tavern or something. Like that.
You're talking about the guy. Is this one guy in robes and the hat, or a bunch of guys? Or?
It's one guy in the robes and the hat, and he joins the cultists. And I'm
And-
describing the
Is that facial
behavior.
tattoos? Was he the guy that seemed like he was a wizard or something?
Yeah, and then we met him. We saw this. We saw a guy in red robes join like days ago too. I was wondering if this is the same.
Same guy. This is the same guy.
This is the retcon portion, Ben.
Yep, I am currently saying.
So,
the only thing that's really
well, the
different
innkeeper,
about what you've
yeah,
experienced so
you
far
check
is that
into is,
he's joining now at
inclined to tell you
Daggerford,
a little
not
bit about
somewhere
the
else.
local,
Like you haven't seen him yet,
the local one
right? So it's the same guy, but you haven't seen him yet. You're seeing him come out of
many years
Daggerford
ago,
and join the cultists, right? And I'm kind of describing to you the way that the cultists are being perceived
years ago
by the
by
other
a group of
caravanners
wizards
because it's
and
not.
priests.
You know, because like you know, at the end of the night, people break out like a bottle or a
undead,
cask, and you know they sit around the fire and bullshit. if they don't have guard duty or
It's
whatever,
visible
right?
from
So
almost every corner
everyone's
of
kind of
that
getting to
town,
know each other a little bit, and you're meeting
of
different
which
people from different
Elturel is the
places,
capital.
and you know
So
who's with what merchant and
lets
whatever,
everybody
and you know
who is a
telling
citizen
stories of
of
adventure and so
Elturel
on.
know that they are.
But yeah, but these guys are being really unfriendly in general, and anybody who really asks them any questions or tries to befriend them gets kind of shut down pretty quick. So people are pretty like, yeah, they don't trust them very much at this point.
Or it's over, or there's some Walking Dead situation going on.
I'm gonna
Now another person who arrives at Daggerford is a small gnome.
Sorry, before we go on to the next thing, just so I make sure I understand, you're talking about the cultists.
Where do other people, other than this inn, where do people gather other than this inn? Is there any other? They gather
Yeah, the cultists are staying to themselves.
Probably got captured.
They're like,
Right, okay, that's important, yeah, because I had the perception that mostly cultists and you were kind of with a little caravan, that was like kind of trailing.
I'm trying to figure this out real quick.
But
No.
it's more like-
Yeah, and I'll go back over that. So like, Baldur's Gate is a big trade. Like it's like you see right there on the map that you kind of came down the tradeway, right? The Western tradeway, and that tradeway is you've
they're bringing up a character
mixed with other caravans and passed through them, and and you've caught up with some caravans and overtaken them, and then left the slower ones behind. Like it's kind of like that tradeway is pretty much one big giant constant caravan, right? So you end up with like every night as the camps start being built on the sides of the road, that like all of the caravans kind of share responsibilities, right? And the reason you selected the merchant was that his timeline would have kept you very close to the cultists, so you can keep an eye on them all the way.
Just like throw it
Go
up
go nuclear.
So it's not so much that you're kind of
this monster man
with
this set of
the
dice.
cultists or wagons or whatever. And I think they have like 2 or 3 wagons. It's not very many.
No, I don't know.
But it's kind of like you're in traffic on a freeway, right? Ebbing and flowing, and just kind of staying within distance of them to see what's going on. And you arrive just about the same time to Daggerford.
And these guys tend to patrol the roads. They're paladins.
All right, so
look out.
So now the other person that comes out of Daggerford is Jamna Greensilver.
Down the river and up and down the road.
So their name is Jamna.
Look after,
but you'll meet her in a minute. And I
make sure that it's safe to trade here. And if you want to seek him,
I'm stress what you see ahead of time. That's non-player information right now. Her name, but what you do see is that she's wearing like light leather armor.
He's at the
She's got a lot of jewelry, and she looks she looks like she's a very wealthy person.
High five, bro.
You get his name?
His name is Onthar Froome.
Huh?
Onthar
Onthar.
Froome.
And
she finds she finds a ride with another caravan group nearby you. But she definitely notices you guys as she's joining, and you can tell that she's kind of scoping you out a little bit as you go.
Scoping out fun.
All right, we head over to the Black Emperor.
And what's the deal with her?
She's a gnome wearing leather armor. Looks very wealthy. She's got like a lot of gems and
annoyance that you didn't buy
silver and gold and stuff,
waves
like
out,
walks filigree into her equipment.
Oh, she's doing the summer beer.
She's in Daggerford.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So when the caravans arrive, she goes and joins.
We want to leave the tavern without
another caravan for a ride.
Bring me your finest ale and bring it in the
Or
largest
you assume
container
one
you
of you,
have.
she's heading north with you.
And she's
I'm not talking about a glass.
And she definitely takes notice of you. You can tell that she's kind of like scoping you out. Counting how many there are, making note of your equipment.
Or I could give you a
some
pint
potential
pewter mug,
mannerisms that might indicate your capabilities.
I'll take 2.
More than casual
a couple
interest.
pints of different ales. One's a nut brown and
do you notice that that gnome is looking at us? I think you should go over there and see what
with one gold each.
what her business is.
What business she's got with us?
Yeah, because you're the most charismatic.
And then he rips a massive belch in appreciation.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Or you want maybe wait till there's a campfire or something.
You're pretty tipsy. Any further physical activities or mental activities will be at a disadvantage.
What? I'm resistant to poison now.
What's that?
We were just talking about.
Dude, you failed your
at some
Constitution
point I'm
saving
gonna
throw.
go and try and
find out. What
You're
license
you're drunk.
Maybe at our
Deal
next
with it.
stop.
Good.
around.
Yeah.
So,
How long are we
we had the
staying
Black
back?
Antlers.
Just like
Yep.
one day, like
See
drop
the
off some goods
vampire
and keep going.
character.
Oh, I haven't made it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
I mean,
just however long before they leave, right?
right. It's just. I mean, you're basically showing up, getting water and supplies and replenishing whatever you might need for the last
Unpleasant.
small leg of the journey,
I'm
and
assuming
then
booze
you're
is
going to be heading home again.
Short leg of water, do you think another half day? Or...
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 hours that you're out there. I mean, it's a pretty efficient system, right? Because like Daggerford's like the stop off.
He was born that way.
So like during the day, there's people that come out of the town with the stuff that you might need.
So you
whether
head over
it's,
to
like,
the,
barrels of water and
the Black Antlers, which
wine,
is
wine skins,
which is
and,
its
you know,
full
cheese
formal
and
name
bread
is
and,
a pair of
grain
Black
for
Antlers.
horses and draft animals.
And there is a pair
so
of
you
Black
kinda, it's,
Antlers.
it's kind of like that pit stop, and there's people like on the side of the road
Expect.
trying to sell you all the stuff.
When you
that
go
they have,
in, you
like
see
fresh fruit and
a
stuff.
very large
camera battery and
brown beard, bald head.
Oh yeah, the chiclets. It's like
wearing full plate.
Individually wrapped roses and a bear pelt hanging out the
Kind of
back
back of his shoulder.
What?
Basket,
And,
orange, bags of oranges. And
Silver jewelry.
exactly.
And he has this kind of very kind of cheerful, jovial glow about him, just in general. And he,
Very nice.
So back.
Is he drinking?
Yes, he's drinking.
I go to
So you
the
guys
bar
have
and
it.
I buy an ale and walk over to him.
So, Morgai is going to continue
Set it
this
down on the
plan,
table and
trying
introduce myself.
to befriend the cultists through his.
Well, that's what you see at the back of the room. Kind of, he's
But
holding
gonna
court.
add to this that he wants to
This guy's holding court in the back.
learn a little bit about the.
I don't know. Is he a prisoner before?
Okay. In fact,
Does he
everybody
have,
do a charisma check.
There's other paladins kind of standing around.
Is there any
Younger-
markings on his
He's
equipment?
a
Or?
paladin. He's a paladin.
Well,
On
there's
his,
guys that are dressed in like kind of
Well,
like
you have to get his
the
full
combination
plate.
of
He's in
robes
full
and
plate.
that you recognize as.
You roll.
Is there any
add your
markings on his
charisma
plate that
bonus,
would-
and then it's against.
He's in
his
full
guy?
plate. Yeah, he has.
Just give me the final number of your charisma bonus.
His
16.
right hand has like a silver. His gauntlet is very
You got a
bright,
one?
bright silver, and has blue.
How did you get a? You have a negative
Yes.
charisma?
No, I rolled a one.
And you have a 0
I have
bonus.
no-
All right.
There's
Okay.
engraving of another gauntlet
slobbering and smelling. So I don't want
You don't
anything
add
to do with you.
proficiency bonus to.
matching to his plate.
Not unless you were proficient in
gauntlets.
charisma. Yeah, those look nice. Look him up.
Go right back to Murder Hobo.
Well, this is a charisma check, so if you're proficient in charisma, but it's specifically just this is like just general charisma. Is your proficiency in generally just being charismatic?
No, that's saving throws.
I think it is for saving throws. You get proficiency with 2 stats.
Oh, I see.
So I walk over to
But
that
I don't
guy
think that
and just
applies
say,
in this case.
So,
Yeah, no, it's just what's your total. But
I know this looks like
in any case, so so the first day kind of goes without any. You can finish the first day with no trouble, and
bartender and heads over.
you find your way.
We're the heroes of fan deliver.
I see. Thanks for bringing me a beer.
Did you not ever want to roll low?
So this guy sends up. The big guy turns to you
What do you wanna
and
roll
he
low
sees you
for?
holding more than
No,
one
you
beer.
don't want to roll.
And he kind of
We've had a couple
does
occasions
like
when
the probing hand
never
job to like take
had one
one of the
roll
beers
No.
from
You
you.
did? In the old days,
Whichever
you
hand
would
he's
use
reaching
the
for.
strength check. You had to
For who
roll
goes-
under your.
From that hand, and it
No.
looks at it with a quizzical look on his face, like.
And he goes back. And he goes back.
Anyway.
I'm sure there is a system.
And then he's like, or whatever. And you see him like pull his
Actually, I'm
own
talking shit,
little
'cause
cask
I
out
haven't
front
really
of the table.
Nice.
He fills his
Yeah,
own-
that might have been
fills
some
his own
basic rules or something. It sounds like
Raises a double-fisted
Right.
beer salute.
And he laughs and raises a toast.
Yeah, the first 3 rolls.
Dude, there's nothing more disappointing than like sticking your hand into a Pepperidge Farm.
I am on Thar
and,
Vroom.
like it's just the empty
To
container
whom
left.
do I have the pleasure of making my acquaintance?
You know,
I
like,
think there are a few.
The more disappointing is if
Hello,
you're
Sock.
suffering
We were
together
looking
and
for a
paranoid.
friend of
Oh.
ours. He's a
People
monk
have
who
hands.
came from
oh,
Greenus.
dude.
This is what you're missing out on. I got the
We've
cookies
heard
for the
that
chow
you
mein
patrol
and
this
bro.
area, and you may have seen it.
Nice.
Okay, all right, so
He's a good man, Lyle, son. That's what
So
we're
right
looking
there,
for. Skinny.
north of
but a good
Daggerford.
man. Look at us go.
You're cruising along.
All right, he's gonna go and try to schmooze the gnome and the douches.
I don't normally hang out with too many monks.
On the
I
second
don't
day,
like ale.
couple things
I
happen.
really don't trust anyone who doesn't like to drink.
You're riding up with the
And they're
dwarf
not good on
merchant
horseback.
on the front of
Nor
the
are they much good
wagon,
in
being his
combat.
personal bodyguard.
Well,
He's letting
we'll do
you
weapons.
ride with him.
I don't know.
You know, being a fellow dwarf,
But
and all, he's kind of
I have heard of
he's
this
kind of chatting you up and rapping.
And
Laosa.
remember, I'm an expert chariot driver.
And
By the
Bjorn
way,
and Thok are
what
walking
are the
alongside the
companies?
wagon, doing their jobs as
So
guards.
heads up, you know, he's the type
Mordecai
of guy
is
that, you
kind
know,
of
you get the
surreptitiously
impression
like
that,
slipped off behind
you
the
get a positive
wagon and
impression on him.
went off to try to see if he can
He's a
find
pretty solid,
Miss Gleamsilver.
you know, goal for your future.
Just kind of locate, make sure that he knows exactly where she's at. So you approach her. Oh, they can't find you.
Carhu says, I
So-
couldn't help but notice. Then
Yeah.
you've got your own little cast there.
Dude, that's a total Gary
He
Guy
pulls out
Gax
his
type
cast
name.
from behind and says,
As
what
long
are you
as your
drinking?
first name is like Gringa Gringa Gleamsilver. It's got
Oh,
a
you're
alliteration.
Mhm.
Because he has his little mini
Oh, yeah.
keg that he
Well,
carries with him.
Gringa.
It's a brew that they make on the edge of town. A couple farmers that I know.
No, this
They
is-
control their ways just a little bit
This-
more
this,
attentively than a couple
this
other
gnome is
places.
a-
And he makes a special one for me.
You
It's
see the
really
picture,
more of a
she's
brandy
definitely
wine
a Jewish
than
American
an ale.
princess.
Wow. Sounds excellent.
So she is Gringa.
I have a
Gringa,
bit, I have a bit of my own
So-
making here if you'd like to try.
Basically,
yeah, he swaps.
what happens while you're on the road, when you're marching on the road, is that
Definitely enjoys the
cultist wagon ahead of you,
about drinking.
You notice
It devolves a little
Thok
bit.
and Bjorn notice
And he kind of points
that
over at
a
you,
couple of
Thok, and
cultists
goes,
near the back of the wagon
You look like a strong
are kind
one.
of like talking across the
I
back
haven't
of the
seen a
wagon as
half-orc
they're walking,
in a
and
ghoul's
casting
age.
glances back.
What do you?
Karhu.
How about let's say you and I
who
go
was
for
being
a,
a little
go
bit
for a round
oblivious
of
to
arm
the whole
wrestling.
activity.
All right, let's do it.
And all the guys start hooting and hollering around, and push away some chairs, and
One of them you see,
all right, this
kind of
is
like a
gonna be
little bit
fantastic.
mid-afternoon, but a long ways away from, anywhere. You see one of the guys kind of breaks away and like taps the other guy, and he comes walking over towards your wagon. As you know.
You could have an oil
So-
can. right before I, you know, have you ever seen
Let's see
Over
if
the
we
Top?
can-
The guy downs the oil can right before he arm wrestles.
We're walking along the side, like the right side of the wagon.
To the top, Dad.
Magical scenes that I've forgotten over the years.
Yeah. I mean, let me see.
Magical scene.
This isn't going to look perfect, but it'll be.
Hey, Mordecai, you should start trying to take people's bets.
Yeah. All those kinds of things is kind of what my guy's doing. Just trying to get people, riled up into the thing.
Carhu takes it upon himself to be the guy who's like
Oh,
clearing
I think
the
I didn't set
arm
up
wrestling
visibility.
area.
Yeah.
That's up to the table. He's like, back off, everyone!
Yeah.
Move those elbows!
Now you can see.
Get that shit off the table!
All right,
Yep,
so
see,
I think he settled down. He takes off his
I'm using
pauldrons
dynamic
and he
I have
lowers his,
You have
takes
to
off his
make sure to assign
and he
visual.
taps the other guy on the shoulder.
Yeah, I
and he
just
comes over
assigned
and he
vision
actually
to
hands
you.
him his armor and his
Okay,
page
sure,
kind of runs off to the back of the room.
So I've got
You see, let's see, you have a room full of paladins.
It has sight.
Yeah, it has
They
sight.
bait that with you aggressively.
But yeah, I have
so
also
they,
then light
they
if
both
it's
have,
dark. Or if you don't want
but
to
you
always
notice
be
like
dark,
when he takes off
walls,
his armor,
but
he's
then
a really
page
big
that you
dude. Like
check.
he's very
No,
well
I
built.
have
He's not
global
like he's
illumination
not this
set
kind
up
of the
on
kind of
this
like
screen.
giantness
Yeah.
that Bjorn is,
Well,
but
the
he's
global
just
illumination
like
is set up.
you see
Something's wrong
years and
with
years
it,
and
though.
years
That's just
of
black for me.
wearing a full plate and wielding a two-handed sword has given him
Make sure my token's
healthy
out there and
strength.
it's
So
available.
he
Make sure,
brings
you know,
down
my
the
token's
cracks
probably
and
not. It's probably still saving him on this new page.
Oh,
I think it is, because I just moved you. Hold on one second.
damn it.
You might be able to just drag me in. There we go. All good.
That's guidance on him.
Yep, I'm
moving
going
shit
over
around.
to Thok, and I grab him by the shoulders because he's up higher than me, and I pull him down, and I pull him in, and I'm like, all right, Thok, this is it, man, you got this. No, you just beard down. Tracy's fixing it. Cool.
I got it vision once he put me on the screen.
You don't have any hit points, Dave.
I know. I don't know why that is.
Tap on your guy and fill in the green circle. It's not connected to your page right now.
It should be. Hold on a second. Let me do that. So is your thing?
My character sheet has hit points now, so.
Yours just came on, huh?
Yeah.
I have it assigned to your like how many of 20 like so you have 27 hit points right now.
No,
So
yeah,
I'm
Eric still can't see anything, FYI.
Okay.
Probably the same issue.
Here we go.
I'm not hitting the grass because I'm a druid, just saying.
It looks like you're like up a little embankment.
Huh?
There's
Is there an elevation rise for that side of the road?
Oh, maybe.
You should be able to see it.
All this is like an embankment.
You guys just reload the page.
Tracy, is this map out of
strictly
the
refresh.
book? Or did you make this?
Yeah, Thok should be working for you. Unless you're not logged in.
Block.
Hey, this is out of the book?
No, this is the map pack that you can get from Blando.
Who drew the penis?
I'm very surprised.
It wasn't penis. I was denoting the embankment.
How did you make it disappear?
Watching
You select it and then just hit delete.
And then you hit delete.
Okay, what's up with Thok?
I would have to make my paid.
Why can't you see?
I don't think it works on tablet because my.
Oh, global illumination doesn't work on tablet.
No. What?
No.
Really?
He was talking about
Global illumination doesn't?
No, it works.
Well, I don't know why he can't see. Like you can see your character though, can't you?
Just my character, yeah.
But see, that shouldn't even be possible. Like,
Well, can he select this token?
Yeah.
Then make sure his light is set up right in the properties, Tracy.
Yeah. So okay,
on,
so
on this token, go to the advanced settings and go to the house site.
Yep, I turned it off. I turned it on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make him emit light, 15 feet, just for funsies. See what happens.
Well, that'll at least.
Yeah, I'm good.
What do you see now? Let me see.
Perfect.
Okay, because I'm gonna take off his light now. No emitting light.
Was he seeing light or was he seeing?
Are you okay now?
I'm totally good now.
And that was a bug then because it was set correctly before. I just unclicked it and clicked it again. So I just needed.
There's still bugs all through this thing.
Yeah, it's okay then.
Right, guys.
All right.
Okay.
The wagon we're surrounded is covered in arrows and spears stuck in it.
So they're headed towards Karhu then, specifically, or just we don't know.
Yeah, you and Bjorn seem to see them discussing Karhu.
Karhu, they're pointing at him.
They're definitely giving Karhu the stink eye.
And now they're coming down to stink eye him in person.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we should signal to Karhu, and then maybe walk to the front and kind of approach them before they approach Karhu.
Ben, do you want us to tell you what spells you have, or?
I might have a picture. I'm looking. I mean, I know from memory a few I can use for the first few rounds, so let's not slow down for that.
Do you still have the link to those spell cards that I sent? Because you could just pull it up.
No, I have like tons of books and cards and all that. I just don't have my actual sheet with what I've got memorized and like what I like to use. Yeah, but I might have a picture. As I said, I know what spells I can use.
Okay.
So, as you can now see,
Karhu does ride with the crossbow on his lap.
Sure he does.
It's not all on his lap.
Yeah.
What?
His beer mug. Crossbow on the lap, beer mug in the hand.
This guy was fishy. Red guy.
This guy looked
Just the guy with the tattooed face.
Is that the tattoo guy?
That's the Red Wizard of the Fae.
All right, my problem here, though. Damn it.
What?
Well, as I learn more and more stuff about this freaking program, it's like you can't. There's just stuff you can't do.
What? You're trying to do?
Like I want to add grid markers to the left so that I can scroll the whole map to the right further, because right now it's as far right as it'll let me go. But I can't do that until I actually have to like add more units on the horizontal plane, and then I have to move. Yeah, and then I have to move the freaking map, and then so.
But hey, if you've already got this thing, oh, never mind, it's not. Yeah, this was not designed to be a VTT map. So.
No.
Like if you're making, like I started making my own maps. When you're making them and you know to use with VTT, you just make the corner. You just don't put the edges at half grid, right? You just put the edges at grid, and then you can just snap the fucking thing to grid.
Yeah. But this dude did not do that, so it's one of those things that
they should let you like set. You know how they, I don't know if you found the align grid tool, but they should let you do that and say this is the top left corner.
Yeah.
But hey, I don't know if you saw the updated holding, but there's all kinds of badass stuff coming. So.
Yeah, I sent a link to that on our site.
Yeah, I mean if you read it or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I've got a mentor account, and I've been playing out with all the features on tests, and yeah, the dice, they're like super fast, they're awesome. They've got folders in the journal now, so you can like have hierarchies of stuff. And they totally revamped. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you're on a desktop, you can double click any window, the title bar, and it'll minimize the window to a small tab. And they've revamped that system as well.
And did you see they're making apps for it now too, so you can actually play it on tablet more easily?
Oh, they're making full native apps. Good.
Yeah, they're doing Android and iOS right now.
Fucking work for them to do that.
Call them up, bro.
Yeah, next month I'll be on the job market.
I've got friends who work there. I'll hook you up.
Cool. Awesome.
All right.
Oh, dude, that fence is hurting my crotch. that rock bridge.
You know, you're. It's just kind of showing that you're walking around the side. All right, it's off the grid just a tiny bit, but screw it, because let's play.
Right.
So these dudemers are coming your way, and they're walking straight towards Karhu.
Alright. I whistle over to you, Karhu, and say we've got company coming.
Well, I mean, Karhu's looking straight forward.
Yeah.
You said you didn't notice. You said you didn't notice.
You're kind of being oblivious, though. You're kind of like you're trying to play up the merchant, and
He basically Karhu kind of like looks over when he hears the whistle, and then just kind of continues his obliviousness, and but noticing those guys, but trying not to change character.
Cool.
Just being like, oh, a couple of dudes walking back here, and if we're just random guards, we don't know that these guys are cultists necessarily.
I'm gonna step my. Go ahead, Ben.
These particular guys, this isn't the guy with the tattooed face.
No, these are generic cultists. So
generic cultists,
you can tell by their clothes. On the one side, you've got the left side, you've got kind of like the dragon wing. So it's the like rank 2 cultist, and then the other one is just kind of generic cult member guy.
Okay.
Who's like rank 1 and a rank 2 cultist.
A rank 1 and a rank 2 coming your way, and as they walk by, they kind of continue on their path, and the caravans have slowed to a stop at this point, and they kind of pass between you guys, but as they go by. You can they like totally look Karhu up and down, and they kind of give you like that. Do I know you? Look.
Karhu gives them well met travelers with his mug.
And so the one nods to the other, and
So do they stop next to Karhu, or are they kind of?
They just kind of slowed down.
And they've threaded through us in an obvious way, right? Like they wouldn't have needed to walk between us if they were anybody else, right?
Yeah, they were definitely getting an up close look and.
How dare you look at my friend?
I'll just observe them quietly and not say anything as they walk by.
Right. So they go back, kind of in the back of the caravan. I'm gonna move Mordecai up a little bit, but they kind of go back to like the rear of your guys' wagons, and they're kind of hanging out, but they're like at a safe distance. So it looks they're kind of looking like they're having conversation and talking to each other, just kind of walking back there somewhere. But go ahead and you're on that side. So Bjorn and Mordecai, give me a wisdom check.
What kind of check?
Wisdom, please.
And we're the only guards.
Wisdom or perception?
Insight.
Insight.
Ooh, I'm super good at insight. Damn
You
it.
don't get to make this
I
roll.
know. That's why I'm.
Because you're.
So I got an 18.
Okay. So they're being really coy about it, but they're I mean, anybody who's looking, in the outward, kind of just looking at their demeanor, you wouldn't have any expectations of what they're doing. So but you do notice that with your insight, like they're being very careful not to reveal it, but they're totally scoping out Karhu, and they're like, they're planning something. You can tell that they're like, just they have him marked in some way, and they're kind of watching what he's doing, and they're kind of in another capacity, kind of looking at you guys a little bit and seeing how, like, do you guys know each other? Are you just guards on a caravan? But they don't really seem to notice you guys. It's more about just him. And then after about about 30 minutes or so of kind of like walking somewhere off in the distance in the back, they walk back through at another slow point in the caravan. They kind of walk back through, but this time they kind of keep their outside distance, and they don't bother. They stay out of like engagement range, out of like conversational range, and they work their way back up to their wagon.
Okay.
So
Mordecai will just kind of make his way back to the wagon and just, quietly mention to Karhu, hey, those guys are definitely checking you out. They may be planning something. They may have recognized you. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but clearly they have taken a deep interest in you.
Deep interest.
I would look a little different than I did back when we fought in the city, because I am wearing full plate armor now. So, but just saying. So now I look like a fucking tin can.
Like a little keg.
Just I look like a keg now. Exactly.
Also, but you do look similar. But it's the Raiders camp too. Like your hair and your face are out in the open. You're not wearing like a full. You're not wearing a closed helm while riding on the wagon.
No.
So
Probably not wearing his helmet at all.
So nightfall. The wagons have pulled aside to camp.
I have something to do before Karhu goes to bed, so just FYI.
What do you guys do at nightfall?
Well, I essentially am just going to continue with my plan of trying to learn more about the gnome, find out what she's all about, and or the cultists themselves. Trying to schmooze. The nighttime around the campfire seems like the best time, so it's...
The cultists have their own campfire, roughly it's like another 16th to an 8th of a mile up the road, where their wagons have been pulled over for campfire, and they're definitely
their campfire.
it's their campfire, and they're separate from everybody else. Okay. And they're kind of keeping it that way. You spot her at like the next campfire down
from the cultists?
From the cultists, and she's like talking to all kinds of random people and like making friends and chatting and, you know, clinking glasses and, you know, offering wine out of her wineskin and being a very, very friendly person.
So that's the group that I'll kind of go over and kind of try and schmooze into, because I want to kind of find out what she's about.
She spots you coming, and she definitely like looks at you like, you know, and kind of like gives you this like look of recognition when you're walking up, and
She's a harper.
And then basically she kind of continues talking and kind of like, you know, gives you that look of recognition, but then kind of goes back to what she's doing about the conversation. So
Okay. Well, I'll just try and join in and listen in and kind of see if what I can glean just from that, if anything.
it's just mostly friendly conversation. Go ahead and give me another intuition check.
Insight?
Insight.
19.
So yeah, you're able to tell she's kind of constantly looking over in the direction of the cultists, and you know, you tell that she's making tabs on what's going on over there. She's not just having these conversations here. She's doing two things at once. After a little while, she stands up and walks out. She excuses herself from the campfire and walks away, kind of off into the shadows.
I'm gonna kind of follow her and call out, "Hey!" If I know her name at this point, I'll call her by name.
You don't know her name yet, so.
Just go, "Hey, hold up."
She kind of gives you a look that implies, like, you know.
I'll stop.
Right, and then as she gets kind of further away, she's like, but. So she's kind of like being like, "Yeah, come on, but be quiet about it."
Right. So I'll surreptitiously follow her and try and connect with her somewhere over there in the shadows, away from eyes and ears.
That guy is walking in the woods, slowly stripping his robe off. Following her.
Yeah. Let's get.
Did I totally misread this? Oh,
Let's
God.
get it on.
I'm so sorry.
It
never happens to me.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times this has never happened to me.
So, so once you kind of get out of like earshot of any of the campfires and away from everything, you kind of have that that moment. She comes over and then she starts to she kind of addresses you and she says, "What is your name?"
I'm Mordecai. And you?
My name is Jamna.
Jamna.
That's right, Jamna Gleamsilver.
Jamna?
Jamna.
Pleasure to meet you, Jamna Gleamsilver. I'm Mordecai Beslin. I see you have taken an interest in myself and my friends, as well as the caravan up the way.
Well, where is it? Hold on. She goes, "Yeah, well, there's reasons for that, and I can recognize that you aren't what you seem on the outside. Certainly aren't caravan guards, are you?"
Work is work, isn't it?
Yeah, hardly the right kind of work for somebody much more skilled in a book than with a bludgeon.
Let's quit beating around the bush. We're interested in those men as well. We're following them. We're trying to find out where is they're headed.
I have interest in that information as well.
Is there like a Harper
handshake
hand sign?
Well, you have a symbol.
Okay. Well, let that be prominently displayed.
Just put that away.
Just give it a shot.
Just put that away. She's like, "Listen, I will come to you. You know, I don't want any more of my mission messed up. I will make things more clear if you're patient." And she walks away.
All right. I'll return to our campfire and kind of relay the interaction.
Okay.
As soon as we have a Harper on our side, it's on their trail.
Nice.
I don't know what that's going to do for us, but we'll see.
Well, I don't like the way that those two guys came through our caravan. I was wondering if maybe we should sneak up, or I should maybe sneak up with my boots and see if I can find out what their deal is, why they are checking you out.
Oh, you have the boots of Elven kind.
So
What are those? Just advantage on stealth checks, right?
I have an advantage, yeah, on dex check.
Oh, and you're silent.
Yeah.
What? I didn't put the damage in here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna creep up there and see if I can hear anything they're talking about around the campfire.
So go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Be 19 total.
Okay, and a perception. A passive.
Passive. Oh, so it's 16.
16? Okay. So you kind of go off and you're kind of creeping around the edge of vision from the campfires, and you're doing so just perfectly silently. You're doing an excellent job staying out of detection. No one seems to notice your presence. But you also spot 3 cultists walking away from the cult caravan towards the wagons and tents from your group.
Towards our group. Huh?
Yeah, they haven't spotted you, it seems, or they haven't reacted to you.
Is this still like hang out around the campfire time?
It's later.
It's later. It's like we're going to bed time.
Most people, unless they're drinking or otherwise guarding.
Okay. So Karhu would.
It's right around that time. Right around the sleeping time. Like most people are getting ready to go to bed or should be in sleep.
Okay. So would Karhu be going to bed already, or would he could still be up drinking or whatever?
I'm not the keeper of Karhu's schedule.
I wanted to know like how late it was. I guess since he's a guard, he would stay up.
It's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night.
Okay. He's still kicking him at the campfire drinking then.
All right. So I'm gonna kind of hustle back as quietly as I can, undetected, and kind of warn our group that there's 3 that just come towards the camp again.
Okay.
Which seems very.
Well, they're kind of like ahead of you, like so you have a choice, right? Like you can you're kind of like in the same path, right? Like they went, like you kind of went the safe kind of sneaky route, so and like as you're going through a cut, you see them going the other direction, and they're now ahead of you going the other direction, versus you're so you have a choice, right? You can follow them, you can break stealth and raise the alarm, you could but you're basically like. You're closer to the other cultists than you are to these guys, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not.
I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna try to tail these guys.
Stay stealthy and follow them.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you basically follow them in, and they're able to stay stealthy all the way through. You see them starting to they basically go straight to one of the wagons, and it was the wagon that you were riding earlier. And they start to try to you see them doing something around the axle, about the front axle of the wagon.
Okay.
Cocksuckers.
How far away is the rest of my group?
They're reachable.
Wagons.
Like you can from where the people are tampering with the wagons, you could you could engage them directly, or you could go to the camp and raise the alarm with the rest of the team.
I'm gonna warn our camp first, but I'm gonna try to do as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Without making much of a ruckus.
Let me set up something that might look so. Using the same map, but a different layout. So, this is basically what's going on. So down there, so the party is kind of hanging out over here, like having the last few drinks. The tents are probably somewhere over there, but you're kind of equidistant from them, and these guys are working on that axle.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yell to him, and then I'm gonna run towards the guy with the red robe.
All right, roll for initiative.
Everybody, huh?
Everybody.
El ocho.
17.
14.
Do you want to be the keeper of the thing?
Yeah.
Dave, are you still our banker?
I'll be the banker if you like.
Okay.
Not a problem.
There's the apple right there. Okay.
Eric and I are both taking
And
notes.
we've got two enemies here, so it's claw and wing.
Claw and wing.
Claw and wing.
Which one's which one?
Wing is better than claw.
Where's the pen?
Oh, you need one of those. Here you go.
Alright, Karku, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. Mordecai?
8.
Okay, Bjorn?
3.
3?
3. Yeah, I put it in shadows.
Okay, I didn't see it.
I'll be doing that from my memories.
And then claws got 16. And ring got 20.
20?
Mm-hmm.
Classic Tracy rolling.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. It's not my fault, man.
Can't not roll good. I want to play with you on our team.
Alright, wings are up.
So did he yell to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What's your intelligence?
That's not mine.
Oh.
My intelligence? 13.
Oh.
That wasn't a very intelligent thing to do.
No, I just was wondering, like, what.
I think I would just react. I think just in character. I think I would react
saying that
rather
it's, like,
than
out of character or not. I've just kind of
Yeah.
wondered, like, what stats you're kind of working from.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting to see, like, the role-playing choices based on the stats.
I was just thinking like I'm more of an action type person. I would go to whatever's happening rather than going conferring with the group.
Yeah, no, it seemed like the right move for sure. For
Thok is orc of action.
Yeah, Thok wants to Thok things.
So what we have here, boys.
Failure to communicate.
And
This could open up a can of worms if we kill 3 cultists.
Dude, they're sabotaging our fucking wagon.
Right. Yeah.
I think we're allowed to kill now.
No, we are, but they're
I thought there was a hell of a lot more of them. I think we should just kill them all.
We may end up.
This would be a good start.
But we need to remember.
Well, then you'd have to like go back to Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
go back incognito, and then wait for more cultists from somewhere, taking the goods to the final destination.
Give us a chance to heal up. Right. Taking those guys.
I have a feeling that it might not be the most, the best in your interests.
So it's
that
the
particular
wing's turn.
Well,
route.
level up while we're doing that. So yeah, let's get into the dragon.
All right. It's the
Do what
wing's
you
turn.
want.
The wing's turn.
And I'm just gonna start making up shit, and we're gonna go out of the book. So beware of that. So the wings. All right, so these guys run out from around the wagon. Cover having been blown, so they charge in.
All right.
All right.
It's their attack, right?
It is. Well, they're just running around the corner and they're drawing their scimitars. So,
Okay.
So
so
that's
they're
their
prepped.
full movement.
That's their full movement.
So they've drawn their scimitars. Do they look like they're gonna swing them at us, or are they?
Yeah,
just kind
like
of
they're
startled?
no, they hear you, shout something and they come at you.
Okay. So that would mean Karhu's up next.
Karhu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I can launch over them. Let's see. Karhu is going to leap over to here, and fire a crossbow bolt in the first guy.
No.
No fucking around.
Yep. And say hello to my little friend.
And to which one?
The one that's straight down from me.
Gotcha.
That one. And I critically failed. So I launch through the air and land on my crossbow. Or something.
Put a bolt right into the dirt.
Yep.
Or worse.
Oh, I was muted.
So someone on Twitch was saying that the mics are echoing.
Yeah, that was a while back. A while back.
Yeah, but I didn't change anything since then, so I can't think of I don't have any audio inputs going over there, so unless let me check mine.
Echo.
Yeah, the only place.
I only brought 2. I can bring more next time.
That's bad.
Sorry. I didn't know if you guys wanted to drink before you have to drive back to your houses.
Okay.
Who do you guys think they are messing with our wagon?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, what are they doing? I mean,
They were trying to be sneaky about it.
no, but it's not like we're driving a race car at 100 miles an hour and the tire falls off, crash, and die.
Probably would be kind of
Maybe
interesting
they were
to
just
watch
trying to
see what
slow
they're-
us down.
I guess so. Huh?
Yeah, sabotage.
So I failed. Who's next?
Well,
Claw.
he used it. What happened with the
Yeah, what
with
happened?
the critical
I
failure?
jumped through the air, landed, tried to fire my crossbow.
And then you rolled a 1.
Yep.
You nail your dick to the dirt with your crossbow
Yeah.
upon landing.
It's a hell of a critical failure, man.
Yeah, that's a long dick too.
It will take you 3 rounds to unnail your cock.
Yeah, what I forgot to tell you guys is that Karu's nickname is the tripod.
It's got that dwarven advantage.
Yep. Yeah, he's low to the ground. His balls drag when he walks.
Roll me 2d10.
Oh shit, that's not good. 8 and a 9.
Hey, mate.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you guys.
Don't be yelling at us.
What is it, sweetie?
Roll damage.
Of what?
Crossbow.
Oh, the crossbow. 4.
So you take 4 points of damage, and what happens is basically the bolt shatters, and shards of it kind of fly up in your face, and you're stunned for 1 round.
Oh Jesus, that was pretty fucking brutal.
Teach you to try and jump.
That's what it.
Oh, that was epic.
That was nothing.
Figure out how you do that on call so we can get some AoE damage. Splintering cross bolts.
Alright, claws up.
There you go, just get to stand there.
Who's up?
Claw.
Claw. He.
Technically, since it's not an action, can I pull out my shield and while I'm standing there? Because it's a bonus action to draw something. 20, 20, 20, 25, 20, 25, 30.
What is what are you
I have
doing?
limited interaction capability, okay? Give me a break.
All right.
That was funny.
So you're doing everything that you can to enjoy the company of your friends.
Yes, I can ping, I can measure.
All right. So if anything needs to be measured or pinged,
Yes.
Got you
covered.
he's the dude to handle that. Okay, so he runs over there, gets in front of your face, and he takes a swat at you with his scimitar.
This is the weaker guy too.
And he does it with advantage because he got pack tactics. And he's got one of his homies behind him.
He doesn't have to be flanking?
What? No. Just within 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Dick.
Friendly within 5 feet. So he gets a 18.
Did I get my shield out or not?
Actually, it's a 20. An unnatural 20.
Okay, so it hits either way.
Okay, so it hits. And...
Did I get my shield out though, just for reference?
No.
Okay.
Well, you had your crossbow. Did you have? Do you use your shield? It's heavy crossbow, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, but I could drop it.
Yeah, but it blew up in your face, and you're stunned for the next round.
Okay.
So like everything that you're doing is kind of recombobulating yourself from that thing. So you don't have a shield up yet, but you can do that next round.
Okay.
So he hits, and also these guys they hit with a little extra oomph when they get advantage from pack attack. So their pack tactics
So they
get quite
advantage
dangerous.
and
They get
bonus.
advantage and bonus damage. So be aware of that. So
So we need to separate them.
it's an additional 2d6. So I get.
We can do that.
An additional 2d6.
Yeah, so that's 4 plus. 8. So 12 points of damage. So he comes running in, and you're kind of like, swatting pieces of splintered wood and bits of metal from the shattered bolt, and he comes in and gives you a solid bite from his scimitar, and settles himself.
All right, I go into a rage.
Rage.
And, recklessly attack the guy that just hit Karhu. Would be with the bastard sword. 27 and a 19. So I assume that would be a hit, and I attack twice. So. And my second hit is a 16.
Okay. Yeah, so both hit.
Fuck that fucker.
And these guys in the back, so these guys are all wielding scimitars, or?
Yep.
Okay.
The first hit is.
That's exactly what they're wielding.
6 and 2, 8, and 10. 18 points of damage.
What? So he, no sooner does he, lay into Karhu with a good solid chunk of his scimitar, but you kind of come to the defense of Karhu, like kind of body check him out of the way.
I messed it up. I messed up my total. Can I tell you what it was? It was actually more than that.
Okay.
I mean, was it?
No, go for it.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm right now. I'm mid swing on the first swing.
Actually,
so
30 points of damage. I didn't add my.
30 points of damage.
30.
Damn.
Fuck.
So.
That's why we have a barbarian.
So he's still got his arm up from from hitting Karhu with the scimitar. You come under his ribs and just go right through his leather armor with your axe.
No, he's got the bastard sword now.
Oh, that's right. You got the giant bastard.
Yeah.
So you go right in and clearly just the blade kind of disappears into the mass of his body a ways, and then you pull it out, just Icor following it, bring it back around your head and hit him on the other side, and just it's you get him like a tree where it's just like chunk, and he just kind of
and he goes timber.
Right? He just kind of pivots with blood spraying everywhere and falls on the ground
as he's falling over to make him fall a certain direction.
For your pack tactics, bitch.
So he's toast. He is 0.
Nicely done.
One down.
Oh, man.
Damn.
It's another one of those fights where I don't think it's even worth burning resources.
Yeah.
Just keep on stalking them.
Karhu's mad. He's going to burn some fucking resources on these bitches. We haven't even gone to sleep yet. Yeah, you could burn a full day's worth of spells right now, Bjorn.
You know how I am.
Yeah, you are. But
I mean, I rolled a 3 initiative, so they're going to be dead by the time I get my turn anyway.
yeah, I'm gonna bring the pain on these fuckers.
So,
Am I last up?
yes.
Oh yeah,
Mordecai.
Yeah, Mordecai.
Yeah, dude, these guys will be dead. All right. I'm just going to chuck spears at him or something.
Spear chucker.
2 seconds.
Man, I feel so crippled without my character sheet.
You want to take your moment, or should I go?
Hold that thought.
You want to put up an ad on your AD thing?
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
We interrupt this Mordecai fart blast.
Now that all you guys are excited with that one moment, there's commercial time.
Commercials.
Batman goes down, look from above, the skies come down. He's got the kill. Go for Shadow Q. The pentakill. Pentakill. There's a pentakill.
To everyone watching around the world, are you ready?
It's just a screen.
Well,
I think the whole computer is like 4 buttons that you have to press at once, and I forget what it is. It's like Shift, Alt, Control, 6 or something.
temporarily until you figure out what it is, you can always turn the F1 key
He's
just
highly trained.
on the brightness all the way down to the point of turning the screen off.
Ready for action.
Looking good.
This whole thing is
It's the one show that takes
and up those eyeballs and poker with feet and ladyboy hookers.
superstars.
Everybody stop. Wait a second. Well, apparently nothing can go wrong. Aw, man.
Archer, the new season premieres tonight at 10.
I love starting the day like this. Yes, yes, and yes.
American Idol, the 2-night premiere tonight and tomorrow on Fox.
If you close the lid, it will sleep it.
It's Control Shift Power.
And
That sleeps just the screen, or it sleeps the whole laptop?
Just the screen. Or you can set up a hot corner in desktop and screensavers, so you can just move your mouse to a corner and it goes off.
It's pretty cool. Control Shift Power works.
You just trying to save battery?
Did you bring your laptop this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do that next time. I've gotten so used to Roll20 on the laptop, desktop. It's just so much better. Hopefully that native app works better.
Shit, my wife has a laptop that I could have brought anyway.
I figured out why the panning is so wonky. They've got two totally different methods of panning coded up, and yeah, the one they use for the mobile is the bad one.
On my my laptop, it's still like if you pan to the right and then stop your finger, the map still slides a bit. So
Yeah, that's the bad one. They've got two implementations, and the one with momentum, that's the one they put on the mobile app. It's the web scrolling is what it is.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't like that.
Like I'm using my so yeah, I've got the touchpad, the trackpad on the Mac laptop, and that does that kind of scrolling, and actually it works pretty well. But I've got a tablet with a stylus as well, and that for some reason has like super fast, exact scrolling on Roll20. Like I haven't figured out how to pull up that kind of scrolling with any other tool yet. No, never mind. The trackpad uses the same good scrolling. It's just I think the Mac is adding momentum to it. I'm such a Roll20 fanboy now. I've been working on making my own battle mats using Photoshop.
Oh, wow. I've been working on changing diapers.
That's cool. I hope to be doing that soon. I'm lucky.
Leo's hair got super long. It was like getting in his face a lot. So my wife wanted to cut it. So she was trying to do it with scissors. And he was not having it. He was like, and he started freaking out. So I said, well, why don't I just use my clippers on his head? So at the very least, it'll be really fast. And so I put it on the longest setting, and I like showed him on my head. I'm like, look, and I'm like, mirror, and he's like, okay. So I put it on his head, and he's like, whoa, whoa, because it's like buzzing his head. And he's like, oh. And then once it was off, he had just gotten out of the tub, so he's like naked, and he's got a buzz cut, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and he's like, oh, and he goes, cool. And then he starts rubbing his head, and then he just starts like charging around the house, like It was so funny.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. He went crazy.
Kids are weird, man.
What?
I said kids are weird when they're around you.
What was his first haircut ever?
Especially
It's
kids.
Kind of a weird moment in your life, probably.
Yeah,
like,
no, I can dig it.
What do you mean?
What happened to my hair?
What do you mean this stuff gets shorter? He went crazy. It was really funny.
Did you sleep all night?
Not really.
You said he sleeps with you guys, right?
He sleeps with us, and Mimi is nursing him at night a lot. So
That sucks.
I've tried to convince both of my baby mamas that putting the baby in another room helps it sleep through the night and it's better for everybody, but I haven't been able to convince anyone of that yet.
We've done 3 different things with all 3 of our kids.
Yeah?
The first one we did sleep in the bed with us.
Yeah, for how
and it was
many
like
years?
ridiculous. It was like it seemed like forever. I don't know, a couple of years probably.
Yeah.
A year and a half maybe.
Uh-huh.
It was like snack bar was open like all night. Like,
Yeah.
Every time he wanted to feed, just like probably seemed like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Allie we put in a bed like right next to ours, but we
Uh-huh.
didn't put her actually in the bed with
Yeah.
us. That one worked out pretty well, and she transitioned real easy to her own room.
Uh-huh.
Like, and she wasn't with us for very long. And then Eva, we had her in her own room from the beginning, and that was pretty easy too.
My brother,
I like the one with Allie best.
The one where they're in the
In the room with us, but not like in between us and bed, you know.
Well, Leo
it's
has
really
a-
hard on mom, you know.
Leo has a crib that's attached to our bed, so he has bed space if he wants it, but
Yeah.
it's literally, he can roll into
Yeah,
ours
right.
from there, so.
All right.
Which I'm sure he does.
Yes.
I've delayed the game long enough.
Delayed game, number 55.
Let me do some good work on my maths here.
Defense. Alright, go Mordecai, kill.
All right, Mordecai moved over there, and he shoots. He's gonna shoot the closest guy with a double Eldritch Blast.
You can shoot
Oh,
both.
no.
I know, I could shoot both, but I figured let's try and take one down.
Double? You did both barrels?
Yeah.
That's exactly how he does it.
Even though that culturally there's no reference for this
No.
in there.
Alright, so the
Crossbow.
I got a +8, so I got a 20 and a 14.
20 and a 14.
So you hit
Natural
with,
20?
you hit with the first one, which is left or right?
They're both on the guy on the right.
Oh, you're hitting one guy. Okay.
2 on that guy.
Fuck that guy.
But you only got hit by 1 apparently. 2.
I like your shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
The moose.
Christmas sweater t-shirt.
Yeah, Christmas sweater t-shirt. That's nice. I don't wear a lot of sweaters.
Is that gluten free?
What?
Is that gluten free?
No.
Okay.
These are ones that I bought like a day before the gluten-free ones appeared.
Okay.
And no, gluten-free is bullshit.
I was going to judge you.
No, understandably. So,
I rolled a 10 plus his 5, so the guy takes 15. But just for our viewers.
Okay.
Nice. Good roll.
what are you doing?
Ha!
What?
I rolled a 10. You guys not seeing the dice roll?
It's the shadow is there.
No, I didn't see it.
The shadow appeared, but nothing else.
It's weird.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so I shot him for 15 points of damage.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice and slow, ain't it?
Where?
We might not be getting the advanced dice
Oh.
rendering.
You see, there they come.
There we go. Patience.
Wait for it. Anyway, he takes 15. How does he feel? Dad?
Well, he feels sad that you're attacking him, you know? He doesn't really understand why that you gotta fight.
Why?
Why the world's gotta be.
Why would you do that to me? Oh look, it already tells you what the scores of those dice are before they finish rolling.
Yeah, the 3D is not working too well on the big screen.
What the hell's going on here?
Dead beer. Whoa. Next time, do you think you could get a louder food?
Yeah.
That one is
Yeah, could
not
you-
loud enough.
Yeah, are those pork cracklins or what? Like, you know, could you?
Chicharrones.
I think, yeah, just get some chicharrones, dude.
Chicharrones.
And like a very fizzy drink.
Alright, is that gonna get set?
Belch a lot.
Now it's the wing's turn. No, it's
Bjorn.
Bjorn's turn. Bjorn!
Bjorn,
So
you're
is
up.
he, yeah, hit pretty hard.
Okay.
Why are these dice still on
He's
the
smoking.
What's with those dice?
Yeah, Dave, get your fucking dice
I
out
didn't
of
put
there.
them there, dude. That
I didn't put them there.
All right, I'll move up to there. And I'm going to chuck a spear at this bloody one that's already been blasted. I just rolled a natural 1.
Oh, another failure.
Oh my god.
So that's what that became.
2d10, please.
As my spear. Okay. Something happens.
Something's gonna happen.
99. Sounds pretty good to me. So now you know I'm not cheating, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So
You're dead.
roll 2d10 3 more times.
Okay.
60, 10.
First one is a 4.
Okay.
Next one is a 38.
So hold up.
Oh, 4.
So the first one. So first, as you lean back to throw your spear, you trip. Give me a dexterity save.
Dexterity save. Okay.
You've got a table.
That's gonna be a 3.
So you fall down.
Okay.
And then you rolled a 38.
38.
I got a pile of dice in front of me still.
And then what? So the 38. And then what do you have? What did you have in your hands?
A spear.
Just a spear. So you
No,
drop,
javelin.
So you drop the javelin.
Okay.
The
javelin and a shield, and my shield on the other hand.
Well, the shield doesn't come off, but it doesn't help. So what's the third one?
Well, it's shield. It's not a buckler.
Right. So roll your third. 2d10.
Third percentile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Third percentile is a 26.
All right, your backpack falls off. Basically, like as you fall down, you're
looking like a tar. This is hard force one here. We got Carhu nailing his stick to the dirt. Backpacks flying open everywhere.
and these guys are just like standing there staring at you, like, what the hell?
Who's got an exploding crossbow and you're fucking sprawling on the ground doing dirt angels.
Right.
So my backpack falls off and open.
So basically, until you spend a round putting yourself together, first you have to stand up. Secondly, you have to basically pick up your gear because you don't like all you have is your shield right now.
Okay.
Like your pack harness like fell off on the ground.
Okay. I don't need that stuff anyway.
So you got a shield. There you go. All right.
Okay.
But you're also on the ground. So.
Okay.
All right. Now it's the wings turn.
All right. These are gonna fuck your shit up.
What about the other 5 javelin on my back?
No, like I said, like all your pack harness and the way that it was attached, like all of it comes off.
Okay, no problem.
Because you're supposed to roll like 3 different effects, and you
And
can't.
you're naked now.
You can't. If I might have gone that far, if there was a third, like drop gear, thing. Because at first it was just like fall down, drop weapon, and then it's like drop weapon again, and then it's like drop other weapon again. It's like, dude, okay,
And then it's
your
drop
shit's
trowel.
just not. Yeah.
Drop your
Like
pants.
so basically like because everyone's gear is being worn on like this series of like leather straps and bags and shit, right? So basically what happened is you went back to throw your javelin, and as you're pulling back to throw the javelin, like one of the leather bands snapped, and your bag came loose, which spun you around, which made you fall down, and your javelin went kind of flying out of your hand next to you. And as you hit the ground, you kind of lost your bag. So in order, so you kind of have a couple of things you got to do. Like you can get up and get into the fight, but you got to get up and like recover your shit.
Okay.
You gotta get your shit.
I actually don't. And I won't. But
you're gonna do it.
Got it. No, I won't.
No, that was one of the things that happened is that it made you have to get up and get.
I'm just fucking dude. You guys are. I'm just sitting here. Any graphs.
You rolled that you had to go to rehab. that was your critical failure.
Your critical failure was that your children didn't go to college.
Yeah.
I just stacked and I fell, and I think there's like this herb right where I landed that I'm really into. So I'm just geeking out on it.
You've fallen and you can't get up.
You're just like, fuck it. I got that tree log that you're behind is like whatever.
All right, those guns attack.
So those fools attack, and one there, dude. Wait, what's going on with these numbers?
No, I'm not doing anything.
12 and a 6. They miss.
Get these dice out of here.
I can't. I have no control over it.
So first dude. Well, why are they there? What are they?
I don't know. They're like.
That's Dave trying to fill in his character sheet.
So you can, there's this weird feature that I found. Any die in the chat box that has that background behind it, you can grab it and you can drag it onto the board. And then once it's on the board, you can right click it and you can roll it again.
You know what else I can do is I can click it and delete it. Stop it.
Get that out of there.
Good.
Come on, we've already wasted enough time on fucking technical issues today.
Don't make this my fault. I'm not the time waster this time.
This is your fucking fault.
So we got an 18 to hit Thok.
That's a hit.
And we got the extra damage too. So 7. Oof. 18 points of damage.
Half damage.
Did the guy hit me?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And the other guy hit you.
Don't forget to update your tokens so I can see it.
Yeah. Got it.
He's trying to hit me.
Ooh.
Was that car who just got hit?
Not yet.
It's a 14 and a
Yes.
10.
Yes. Clang clang.
So that dude does not hit.
Off my plate now.
All right.
Whose turn?
Fuck, isn't it?
Nope. Karhu's turn.
Karhu.
Karhu's fucking pissed at this point. He whips his shield off of his back and his hammer, and he goes, "Fuck you!" and creates a giant storm cloud above them, and fucking blasts them with lightning.
And how big is that?
It's a 5 foot.
Not to bust your bubble, but are you stunned from?
Am I stunned?
Oh, that's right. You're stunned still.
Sorry, man.
You're stunned.
Well, he's still very angry.
So, so you seethe this round.
So a little cloud appears above his own head
Okay.
and shocks himself with lightning.
All right.
Karhu seethes.
The claw is dead, so Thok is up.
Okay, I'm gonna recklessly attack this guy that's already damaged. It's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Hit. Like we didn't know that already.
That's my first attack. 8 and 16 damage to him, and then did I kill him? I have one more attack.
Was that dude right there?
Yeah.
Yep. So you get a good shot in on him and kind of catch him alongside of the head, and you see him, his lights kind of fade out. Good amount of blood coming out of him at the same time. He falls to the ground dead.
Okay. And I swing at the other guy now, and it is a 11 to hit.
11 to hit. He kind of catches your incoming swipe with his scimitar and kind of brushes it away and gets back into position.
So that would be Mordecai.
All right. Mordecai shoots.
And he scores.
The last guy there with 2 Eldritch Blasts, and just for the hell of it, he's going to make him repelling blasts.
What's that mean?
That means he knocks him back 10 feet with each hit.
Stop throwing the dice on the screen.
Oh, you don't want me to do that?
Well, it tends to be really laggy so far. Like I don't know why either. But those are great. That's a great roll though. 19.
Yeah.
I'll honor it.
So they're both hits.
So those were 2 separate hits. That wasn't advantage. That was 2 separate.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Damage, please.
the damage is 8 and 9, so 17.